Hey y'all, it's Chandrika and I'm going to New York. Okay, but first let's get ready. I stopped at my favorite beauty supply, which is Empire Beauty on Austell Road if you're in Georgia, and this is my third time getting this particular wig. Y'all know that I'm allergic to a lot of weave, which is why I don't offer it as a service as a hairstylist anymore. I only do natural hair, but this is the process if I do decide to put it in. I just wanted to give my hair a break from my natural hair, and I decided to just get this wig, and what I'm going to do is an up-down style, and you'll see that later. But I had to do my kids' hair first before I left town. Took the van to get washed, and this particular day the washes were free, so I was so excited about that. I was like, great. I also did some cleaning at home just to make sure I leave with a clean house, and of course y'all know I had to go get my toes done, and this is my first appointment after I broke my ankle, so I was so glad to get the crust off these toes and get this pedicure. So I chose the color pink. I went home, I packed as best as I could. I fit a lot in one suitcase, and then I also packed my book bag, so that would be, both of those are carry-ons. And then I had to just relax. Candlelit bath. Oh my goodness, it was so amazing. And that towel arrangement is by my husband. He loves to create those things. And yes, I took me a bubble bath, lit some candles, listened to some soft music, some jazz, and it was wonderful. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. And then before you know it, it was the next day and time to get on the plane. Okay, so because of my foot, I chose to do the handicap ticket, and they were able to roll me down everywhere that I had to go. I was able to skip some lines. Oh, it was amazing. Okay, so they took really good care of us, and all they asked for is a tip. If you know that Atlanta airport is so big, so we had to take the train down to our gate. Before you know it, I was up there skipping lines and getting to the front of the line to get on the plane, and my sister-in-law was with me, and here we are.
Right here, okay?
Yep.
How you doing?
Hi, I am.
It's up in seating. You don't have to go that far back if you don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, it's open to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you want to sit right
Yeah, I can just.
Okay, yeah.
It says open seat, so sit anywhere. Yeah.
I'm Blake.
Well, how would you wait? I thought we had to go right to the end of the line. No. So you got me on a mission. He want to see the plane. Okay, y'all. So my sons asked me to get some footage of the planes, and I wanted to show them how all of this works because they're just intrigued with some of this stuff. So this is what this footage is for. So Josiah and Isaiah, hope y'all enjoyed this part of the video. Yeah, so I was able to see this Ethiopian flight going, and I never saw Ethiopian planes, so I just thought it was cool, so I just put that on here. And now it's time for us to take off, which is one of my favorite parts because I love a good thrill, okay? And so as I'm watching all the other planes, I'm just patiently waiting because I knew my stomach was going to drop in a few minutes, and before you know it, we was up in the air. And I don't know, I just find it so relaxing and calming. And like I said, the thrill is so satisfying, and I love flying, love seeing the clouds, love seeing the earth below. I just think it's so amazing. And y'all know I'm just close to God. That's all. And so I enjoyed every single moment. I could hardly fall asleep or anything because I was so intrigued by all of the views, just the clouds above clouds. And I heard that when you see a rainbow up there, you get to see the whole rainbow, and it's like a full circle. That's what some people say. I don't know, I haven't seen one, but it's supposed to be really beautiful. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. But these views were still beautiful. Do you see the clouds just floating by? And we wasn't even that high up yet, but it was just still beautiful. I love when you can see the ground underneath. So I got a lot of footage from this, guys. So I know y'all probably don't want to see it, but this part of the video is for me, okay? I want to look back on it and remember this too, okay? Not just New York. But yeah, we're almost there at this point, and I'm just taking out my camera to film some of this. And y'all know when we got to New York, buildings were everywhere, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Me and my sister-in-law was intrigued. Like, we knew that there was a lot of buildings, but we didn't know that they were going to have that many skyscrapers. And the projects was plentiful, okay? And the closer we got to the ground, the more amazed we were. And just to see like the Hudson River and all of these other places, it was just amazing. And we couldn't wait to get off the plane to explore. So yeah, I'll let y'all listen to a few tunes so I can stop talking. Okay, so we made it safely, and if you're in a wheelchair, they will come and get you and bring you wherever you need to go. So at this point, they just brought us out of the airport after we got our bags and on a shuttle. That's where we are now. And then we're just in New York City, baby. Times Square is where the shuttle brought us. It was a hassle trying to get that shuttle and all that, but we made it through and they dropped us off right in the middle of Times Square. So we just had to walk to our hotel, which was not bad because it was only, I think, like 3 blocks away. And so much is going on in New York. We enjoyed the walk. Not sure if I said this, but by now you probably know this is our first time here. So we were very intrigued by everything and the people, the city lights, and everything New York had to offer. We were ready for it. We walked in these New York streets with our suitcase. Hey, I will say this is a room tour, but I wouldn't say it's much of a tour because this is basically it for the room. All the money you pay, but this is all you get. So y'all know how New York is. Tiny spaces, high prices. That was our view. We just saw people working in cubicles across the way. And yeah, some buildings were in front of us, but we knew we won't be at the room a lot. So yeah, we didn't really care much, but we made it work. She got her pizza. How is it?
Good.
Okay. It burnt her a little bit, but she all right.
Get away from me, yo! Get away from me right now!
right, y'all, it is day 2 and I'm all glammed up. We just got dressed, got cute, and we're gonna do a tour this day. And first we have to get breakfast. That's my sister-in-law looking fabulous, and that is my youngest sister Kirsten looking cute as ever. And it's just me getting footage of all the theater things, you know, just around town. And I have my boot on today because yesterday got me real good, so I was like, I'm gonna wear my boot, and that helped so much. And this is one of the shops that we chose to get our breakfast from. Guys, when I tell you it was so high, I have never ever in my life paid $20 for a sandwich, but I did there. Yeah, so now we're off the bus and the tour guide is telling us all about the buildings that's around. This one was huge and it was beautiful. I can't believe how tall these skyscrapers are. But yes, just being in this courtyard, we learned some history lessons and it was pretty cool to hear everything that he was telling us. And he brought us over here by these fountains and just was telling us more about them and the water and these statues that shooting out the water. It was just so beautiful there. I could have took so many pictures, y'all already know, but for some of this trip I just decided not to record or just try to be in the moment. But everything was so beautiful, the greenery, the people, the fashion, everything. And so I saw Free People. I don't know if y'all heard of that store, but yeah, very popular. And I absolutely love those pants that was there. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta have them. They weren't open though. But anyway, the sandwich, the $20 sandwich, it was good. But yeah, now we're getting back on the bus and we're going to our next location.
All right, first we're going to go to Rockefeller Center. We're going to be walking a little more than you. One by Mr. Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller Jr. 14 buildings on 11 acres, and the land was taken by or gotten from Columbia University. Large identical buildings. First one is Fox News. Second one used to be banking. The third used to be publishing. After the buildings were finished, the architect was fired. It was considered overkill, tomb-like, darkened the street. You've only got about 20 minutes direct sunlight on 6th Avenue because of these huge skyscrapers. So the Rockefellers got this land from Columbia University.
Alright, so now this part of the tour, he was telling us that the Today Show is right across the hall from this salon, and this is where they come to get their hair done. And so all of the hosts that you see, now you know where to get their hair done before they come on camera. And that was downstairs, and now we're just taking an escalator up. And this is the place over here in the yard where the fans be waving behind the host for the Today Show. And yeah, and as we went up the escalator, he was just showing us some of the artwork, and it was beautiful, of course. And he was letting us know that it all tells a story from previous centuries, and they really take pride in this artwork that's on the wall. Of course, I love the beautiful colors. I was like, maybe I can use some of these colors to decorate my house for fall. I just loved it. But but yeah, he did a good job explaining some things. We have so much to remember, y'all. And after that, we just went on to finish the tour, seeing more skyscrapers and other buildings and just more of the city.
What do we see? We see the trees of Central Park in front of us. Bunch of shadows. Yeah, well, that was the fashion in 1492 when Christopher Columbus discovered America. That's Christopher Columbus straight ahead. discovered the new Twin Towers, finished a year after the fall of the old World Trade Center towers, 2002, the Time Warner Towers. Left building is offices on the right, apartments and a hotel, the Mandarin International Hotel. It's the most expensive in New York City. In the bottom, well, you can call it a mall, but it has some of the best restaurants in New York in that mall. 3-star Michelin rated per se, French. You want to go in there, the tasting menu. Built this building, he modified it. When I was a kid, it was called the Dolphin Western Building. It was a white limestone facade like this. The sphere was from the old building. Any questions?
Some classes like this, but really like samurai training. That's what I would like to do.
Everybody look at the sword play. Probably First of all, anybody notice that big tall building before? You know, you have legendary television producer. He lived there. He was 101, passed away. We used to classy building. Take a look at this beautiful bridge. Check it out. Beautiful cast iron bridge. Could use a little paint, I guess. Come on a little closer, folks. Familiar to anybody? Take a good look.
In the movies.
That's right. Which movie? Elf? Anybody see Elf? 1967. There were 3 ways to get around. If you wanted to walk with your loved one hand in hand, there were pedestrian paths. Is the bedrock of Manhattan Island. It's the foundation stone of the island of Manhattan. It's the reason we could build so high and so heavy. We saw how high and heavy we built because it also is the densest, strongest rock in the world.
Back to
723. You see it from 723 or Tupac got shot. So, coming up on the right. So yeah, I mentioned Times Square got 1904. So this became the theater district eventually. The Wiz. No, it's not the Wiz. What is that? The Wicked. Yeah, that's not going to be on there. It's 1930. And it was the tallest building in the world for 41 years. This kept the station decks, one on the 85th floor, one on the 102nd. And they say on a clear day you can see 80 miles. Positive thinking. He was a pastor in this church for 51 years. There's Norman, he's a jolly guy. Very high society church. That's where Donald Trump got married.
Oh.
Twice.
Yeah, right on the street. Gotta go down bags you want.
yes. That's what I want.
I go straight. I don't care. But yeah, let's okay. Yeah, go. Look on the right, folks. The corner building. You know what it is? It's made of. On the right is the Trinity Church, and what crosses in from to the left is Wall Street. Wall Street on your left. You go down the street, you get to the Stock Exchange and Federal Hall. This is the third Trinity Church, built in 1845. Some of the gravestones go back to the first, which was 1697. But if you look to your right, you'll see a pyramidical gravesite. That is the last resting place of Alexander Hamilton. He was one of the founding fathers of our nation. One of the, well, he was the first Secretary of the Treasury. Yeah, before Hamilton, nobody wanted to. No, nobody's really. You ate 3 meals. Those flags out of my face. In the front there, I've taken pictures with his head and his horns. But in the back are the weirdos. They want to take a picture with his private parts. He's hung like the bull. Look at these people posing with his unmentionables. There he is. Yeah, there she's. Oh, very nice. See that? She doesn't touch them. Oh, she's shy. All right, folks. That sculpture we see was a man named Bartoli, and he was an expert in mammoth statuary. Who made sure it didn't fall into the ocean. And I think you got a bridge by him in Ohio somewhere. Anyhow, he used it in that bridge. And then the second bridge, 1903, Manhattan Bridge. 80% steel, 20% stone. And then in the back, there's another bridge, Williamsburg Bridge. 3 bridges connect Manhattan and Brooklyn. Brooklyn, Manhattan, Williamsburg. You want to remember the name, remember the car. BMW. We look at the skyline, a place of homes and churches. Look at the skyline, see the steeples and the houses. 2.7 million people live in the borough of Brooklyn. It's bigger than Houston, Texas. 1.7 live in Manhattan.
There's a tunnel somewhere?
Yeah, it's right under us. Under this harbor, under this body of water, going to Brooklyn. Now you see that white thingy on the island there? That's the ventilation tower for the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. Across the Governor's Island in a mansion. Later it became a Coast Guard station. Until in 1995, it was the main Coast Guard station, northeast corridor. That was recreation. In the 21st century, so that you can climb up and get views from every direction of the hills.
Okay guys, as you can see, it is evening and we are just about to enjoy the strip. We went for a stroll and we passed this beautiful hotel and restaurant. We were going to get something to eat, but we realized we couldn't really eat here because we wasn't guests, but they said that the buffet was amazing, some of the people who were around. So I don't know, we just wanted to take pictures in here, get some footage because it was beautiful. So as we continued to walk up the street, we saw this guy was one of the main characters in one of the Broadway plays. I could not remember his name, but his face looked familiar. And as you can see, the line was long to get his autograph. We just walked around till we found something, and my little sister Kirsten, she found a restaurant, and that's where we decided to go eat. But before we got there, we got to see what nightlife was like. And we did some the night before, but every night, guys, if you have anxiety, don't come to New York, because you are going to just be overwhelmed, overstimulated, because so much is going on. But this is the beautiful restaurant that she chose, and y'all know I love these steps because they were lit up, and everything about this, the ambience of this place was beautiful. Okay, the footage here does no justice. There were games in the inside while you wait. You didn't have to be bored. You can do all type of things. Listen to music. You can play chess and checkers, or the beanbag toss, and foosball. just relax and sit in the chairs. You saw the ping pong table. There was a bar in the back, and all of this can be done while you wait. But when they finally did call us, which it was about 20 minutes after we put our name on the list, so it wasn't too bad. We sat down and had a really great time with family, and the food was really good. And I think it'll be coming up soon in the next clip. But yeah, I thought the prices were reasonable. And we were looking at this couple over here. I guess it was somebody's birthday. And we were wondering what they were doing with that big old, I think, a strawberry. And then when he was melting I don't know if that's icing or something, it just fell open and a cake was inside. And it's crazy because you could eat that part too. But our food is at our table. And this is what everybody got. I'm not showing everybody faces, guys, because y'all know how I do. I could go overboard sometimes with my camera, and I just wanted it to be us. So we decided to get that big old strawberry dessert thing too, since my sisters are graduating and we wanted to celebrate them. So I thought it was so cool. I got to see this close up, and so now you see they're pouring this on there, and I guess it's like an icing, and they just pour it around until it cracks open and falls. And yeah, we have a beautiful surprise inside. Of course, I'm allergic to a lot of things, so I couldn't partake, but I'm glad that they enjoyed it. So that was pretty cool. And if we were to ever go back to New York, I would like to get that again, so the boys can experience it. But yes, it was a beautiful strawberry vanilla cake, something, I don't know, it could have been coconut, I can't remember, but they did say that it was really, really good. So I'm glad they enjoyed it. And then it was back to the hotel we go, and we just did a little chatting and catching up and reminiscing on our day. And here are some pictures, and we are going to get ready and get some sleep because tomorrow is Hamilton. I'm going to do a whole separate video, so y'all stay tuned for part 2. But this is part 1. We had a great time the first 2 or 3 days, 2 days, and now it's going to be Sunday, and that's the day that my dad chose for us to see Hamilton. And I am very excited because y'all know I love theater, and I don't know, I was just losing my mind. But yeah, these are all of the things that you'll see in the next one, Hamilton and the museum. So be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see y'all in part 2.